Doctors are unveiling a campaign to cut 45 unnecessary medical tests. This is a group of 9 medical specialty boards representing almost 500,000 doctors on Wednesday announced a list of 45 tests and procedures that they say should be performed less often or not at all. This is the Choosing Wisely campaign. I actually agree with this, Lewis, and we see more and more evidence that many doctors say, you know, I didn't really think that this procedure was needed, but I was worried about a lawsuit, so I figured I should cover myself and order the medical procedure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I don't want to distract from the fact that that operating within the for-profit healthcare system, controlled by the whims of insurance companies, pharmaceutical companies, and other large corporations, is completely the number one concern with the healthcare system. I don't want to distract from that. But this environment of over-testing also has to be considered as a factor, albeit a smaller one. I think I'm being clear, guys, that I'm not confusing the two and saying that let's just do less unnecessary tests but maintain the same medical system. It's two different things.
Yeah, I mean, so the point here, I think, is what? To lower costs?
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's not unreasonable.
What tests are we talking about? This includes EKGs when there's not actually any sign of heart trouble. This includes MRIs for back pain with no real reason to think that it's an actual back issue. This includes antibiotics being prescribed for mild sinus infections. Consumer Reports found that in 2010, nearly half of adults received screenings for heart disease, even though the tests were admittedly very unlikely or unlikely to have any benefits that outweigh the risks of the tests. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, we knew this was going on, didn't we, Natan?
Yeah, I mean, the main issue here, even though I hate to say it because it's a Republican issue, is medical malpractice. I mean, doctors in the end are just afraid, given the system, not to prescribe these procedures because if not, they might get a lawsuit later on. So, I mean, I think it's understandable based on what you call the system that a doctor would go against these guidelines.
Yeah, and you know, the other thing about this is, wait a second. Doctors are trying to craft sound medical policy. Who do they think they are? Congress?
And I mean, what are these groups actually capable of doing? I mean, ultimately, it's just a suggestion.
Sure. I mean, eventually, if the doctors buy into this, but whoever is involved in supervising, many often it's an attorney or someone who is just someone with a business background, and they say, we got to do what we need to do to avoid lawsuits, and we need to do what we need to do to keep charging for these things, it's not going to have any impact.
Yeah, I promise you a malpractice lawsuit is going to be more prevalent in the mind of a doctor performing tests than this campaign.
You may be right.
It's just human nature.
All right, Dr. Motamedi.